The fire roared like a beast that couldn't be reasoned with. Eli Harper gripped his daughter's tiny hand as he steered her toward the car, smoke thick enough to sting their eyes even from across the street. "Stay here, sweetie," he said, voice steady but heart racing. "Don't move, okay?" He sprinted toward the inferno consuming the office building, 4 stories of glass and steel now cracked and melting under the flames. It wasn't his job to be a hero. He was a mechanic, not a firefighter. But something in him, a reflex born of too much loss and too much love, wouldn't let him stand still while people screamed. Inside, heat slapped him in the face. He wrapped his shirt over his mouth and yelled, "Anyone here?" A faint cough answered. He followed it, weaving past falling beams and shattered glass until he found her, collapsed near an office door, her designer blazer blackened, mascara streaked down her cheeks. Her eyes fluttered open. "Help," she rasped. He didn't think twice. He lifted her, she was lighter than she looked, and carried her out through the choking haze, each breath a battle. Outside, paramedics rushed over, and he stumbled to the curb, lungs burning. He turned just in time to see her oxygen mask slide into place. The woman he'd dragged from the flames. "Sir, what's your name?" a firefighter asked. "Eli. Eli Harper." The woman blinked through the oxygen mask, recognition or something like it passing through her smoke-reddened eyes. 2 days later, she showed up at his small repair shop. No makeup this time. No power suit. Just jeans and a hoodie that seemed borrowed from someone kinder than her reflection. "I had to find you," she said quietly. "I'm Natalie Rhodes." The name clicked. Rhodes Industries. Multi-million-dollar corporation. Her face had been on billboards for years. The same company that had laid off half the town last winter, Eli's job included. He felt a familiar bitterness rise in his throat. "You didn't need to thank me." "I didn't come to thank you." He frowned. "Then what?" "I came to tell you the truth." She looked at her hands, trembling. "That fire, it wasn't an accident." The words hung there like ash in the air. "What are you saying?" "I started it." Eli stepped back, stunned. "You're telling me you burned your own building down?" Tears welled in her eyes. The company was drowning in corruption, money laundering, illegal contracts. "I tried to expose it, but the board shut me out. I thought, if I destroyed the evidence, I could start over, rebuild it the right way." Her voice cracked. "I didn't think anyone would be there that late." He wanted to be angry. To shout, "Do you know what your company did to people like me?" But all he saw was a woman carrying her own ruins. "So you risked your life to fix your mistakes," he said softly. She looked up, startled. "You don't hate me?" "I didn't say that." He half smiled. "But maybe hating you isn't the point." Over the weeks that followed, Natalie kept visiting his shop. Sometimes to bring coffee. Sometimes just to talk. She helped him file paperwork for his small business loan, while he taught her how to change a tire and laugh without a press release. Eli's daughter, Lucy, adored her. "Miss Natalie," she'd say, "can you paint nails and fix engines?" "Not yet," Natalie laughed. "But I'm learning." It was strange how easily the three of them began to fit together, like mismatched puzzle pieces finding their place. Still, the truth lingered. She was under investigation. And sooner or later, the world would know what she'd done. One evening, as the sun sank behind the hills, Natalie sat with Eli outside the shop. The scent of motor oil mixed with lavender from the garden Lucy had planted. "They're pressing charges," she said quietly. "I'll probably lose everything." He didn't say anything. Just handed her a mug of coffee. "I'm not scared of the punishment," she went on. "I'm scared of what people will remember. That I was a fraud. A criminal. Not the woman who tried to make it right." Eli looked at her for a long moment. "You know, my little girl asked me once why bad people do good things sometimes. I told her maybe they're trying to remember who they really are." She blinked back tears. "Maybe that's you, Nat," he said. "Remembering who you are." That night, she kissed him for the first time, not out of romance, but relief. Like someone finally breathing clean air after years of smoke. Months later, the trial made headlines. Natalie pleaded guilty to arson and corporate negligence, but her confession exposed the corruption she'd tried to fight. Dozens of executives faced arrest. The judge gave her leniency for her cooperation. Community service. Restitution. No prison. When reporters asked why she turned herself in, she said, "Because a man who lost everything once risked his life to save mine and showed me that healing starts with honesty." A year later, Rhodes Automotive and Repair opened its doors on Main Street. The sign read, "Run with integrity. Rebuilt with heart." Eli stood beside Natalie at the ribbon cutting, Lucy perched on his shoulders. "Still think I should have let you burn it all down," he teased. She smiled, eyes bright. "Maybe we did. Just not the way I expected." He looked at her, the woman who'd set fire to her own empire, only to rise again with soot on her hands and grace in her eyes. Love hadn't erased her shame. It had rewritten it. And sometimes, that's enough. Moral. Even when life burns down around us, compassion can be the spark that rebuilds what shame destroyed. Love doesn't just heal, it redeems.